So let's dig a little bit more into that, Eric, with the AI, because this is exciting. And I know some designers that I talk with are they're just not sure where to go with it. They want to be able to learn the tools, right? But they don't want to feel like they have to know all the tools. And so being able to kind of go through that. So where do you see AI creating the most value in e-learning right now? And what parts of the design process still need that strong human judgment, in your opinion, with that?
That's a good question, and I'm trying to think of a non-cliche answer. But
Yeah.
I mean, it ultimately depends on the capacity issues you have. And I hate to phrase it that way, but everyone has a capacity problem. I heard this exact question from an association learning manager where she was saying that, you know what, we're just frustrated because we don't know where to start. It just seems overwhelming. And it is. Like, even if you just focus on one technology, for
Right.
example, Google VO, like just Google products, they are evolving constantly. We can't even build training on it because 3 months from now, it's going to be a different platform with twice as much capability. Like, it's going to get better, faster. So
Exactly.
I completely understand and empathize why it might be intimidating. So, my question and challenge for you is, okay, where do you need extra capacity, right? Where are you behind? And then just talk to Claude about the best solutions for that specific activity. Because you don't have to know everything about everything. Now, I do think in this rapidly growing world of AI, you do have to know a little bit about everything, right? You have to know enough to understand that, okay, what's the difference between something that's useful for generating media versus something that's useful for analyzing data, right? What's agentic AI? What are the capabilities there versus what's your typical standard LLM look like? And honestly, I think that's just an 8-hour course. Just watch a series of YouTube videos. You can develop an initial competency where you know a little bit about everything. But the people who are going to be winning are going to be the ones that know a little bit about everything and then a lot about a little. So
Right.
once you figure out where you need your capacity and you identify your tool stack, okay, great. You know what? As an instructional designer, I need to know Claude. I need to know the AI version of Storyline, and maybe I'm going to lean into Google VO and then just master those. So when you know a lot about that tool stack, that because then you're going to start to realize, you know what, I can create really cool gamified advanced learning experiences that have video that solve legitimate business problems, and I could do it faster and better. And I don't need to know everything, right? I just need to know this specific tool stack. But it is going to be hard because stuff's changing and it's getting better. And
Right.
I don't want that to be the reason why you're left behind, because it's one thing if it was just changing like in a light way and maybe there are small subtle changes, right? Buttons are moving, but it's legitimately getting better. Like the capacity, the potential, the output is getting stronger. And it's just, if you're not using it, you're going to be competing with instructional designers that are producing content that's more focused, more personalized, that looks amazing. And you're gonna be left behind. I, uh,
Right. Yeah.
I know that's. I don't mean to scare people, but I think it's important to mention that there's a meteor hitting the Earth right now, and again, I don't think this AI tech is going to replace everyone. Uh, it's the people who are using it that are.
Right, exactly. Because I always like to think of AI as my collaborative partner, not something that's going to eventually replace me, but something that's making my work, like you said, it's making what I do faster, better, right? More personalized, and so I think it's also good for those that I teach and everything to be able to let them know, you can make a better portfolio with all of this. You can have really good artifacts that are going to draw employers in because that's your marketing tool. Use it to your advantage. I always tell my students that, like, don't just stick stuff in there and then just leave it. Let that portfolio be your living selling point, right? Your marketing tool, ongoing, right? And just let it sell, what you're trying to build and what you're trying to grow.